editing gem before we even get started, just to let you know that I do in fact now have a code with Nomad Cosmetics, and it is JUSTJEM. All one word, no underscores, JUSTJEM. It's Halloween week and I have teamed up with Nikki to do a Mish Mash Monday featuring 2 Halloween palettes. And the palettes in question are Just a Taste from Unearthly Cosmetics and Ghost Town USA from Nomad Cosmetics. We are going to pick 3 shades from each palette and attempt to create one cohesive look from those 6 shades. This could be very interesting because the colour stories in here are rather different. So in case you haven't seen either palette, let me refresh your memory. Here is Unearthly, Just a Taste, and that's a very autumnal kind of colour story. Oh! I have just gouged the biggest chunk out of the shade Moonlit Veil. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you what. I'll show you here. When I say the biggest chunk, brace yourselves. Look at the crater I've just created. Focus. Probably the only way I'm ever going to hit pan in an eyeshadow palette, but the bit I've dug my nail right in there. One moment please, let me try and fix some of this because I can see the big chunk right here. Oh. Okay, I'm back. I think I've fixed it as best I can. I cannot believe I just did that. I've gouged shades accidentally before, but they have been mere scrapes in comparison to what I just did. I'll be careful now. Yeah, you can't really, well, I mean, you can tell a little bit. I'll always know. But I've put most of what I scraped out, gouged out, back in the pan. So let's resume. That's Just a Taste. There. Quite vampy, quite autumnal, quite Halloweeny. And then, let's try not to do that again. This is the colour story from Ghost Town, US of A. Very different. When Nikki and I said we were going to do a collab, and I think I suggested Halloween because I figured I'd be more settled, or maybe it's because we wanted to use Just a Taste but we didn't know what other palette we were going to use, so then we settled on a Halloween collab, and Which City had just been announced, but we didn't know the colour story yet. So the plan had been to wait for the colour story of Which City and then decide whether we were going to go Which City or Ghost Town USA. But Which City and Just a Taste are perhaps too complementary and would take the fun out of a Mish Mash Monday somewhat, so we've gone for these 2. And at my own peril, I'm now going to hold them up side by side so you can see just how wildly different they are before I generate some numbers. There we go. Side by side comparison of both palettes. I don't know how Nikki does this sometimes because these are probably going to end up being very, very different. Well, I mean, I don't know. There are some similar shades, don't get me wrong. Both have got 18 shades. So I'm going to go to a random number generator online. So I've put in 1 to 18 and Just a Taste we'll start with. Number 11, Mortal Dust. I'm going to swatch these on my wrist, I think, actually. Mortal Dusk. It's pretty. Next shade from Just a Taste is number 8. That's 6, 7, 8. Okay. Mind you, this is a tone not too dissimilar to ones in Ghost Town, Wicked Woods. And the third shade from Just a Taste is number 5. Now this is where it's going to get interesting because I can already see that's a red shade and it's Bite Me. I was nervous that it would go into that realm, and here we are. Gosh, Bite Me's pigmented. Those are the first 3 shades. Okay. On to Ghost Town USA now, and the first number for that is number 18 there. Arrested Decay, so that's going to give me some depth, so that's a nice shade to have. And next up we've got shade number 3, and that's going to be Quicksilver. Oh gosh, now we're changing tones a little bit here. Quicksilver's nice though. The final shade, number 17. 17. It's not focusing, but it is a 17. And that's Smoky Quartz. Okay, so I do have 3 mattes and 3 shimmers. Very interesting. I will put a picture up. I mean, I'll show you these now as it is, but I'll put some footage showing you the swatches, and then I'll put each palette in each corner so I can indicate what shade I'm using. I'm going to put some Danessa Myricks Nude number 9 Colour Fix on my lid while I ponder what I'm going to do with these 6 shades. I'm back and I've zoomed you in a bit. I'm still not 100% sure where I'm going, but I've got a little bit of an idea, so I'm going to start and hope things start to make sense as I go. I'm going to start with my Refa 15 actually, because that's one of my only clean brushes. After this I will be cleaning them because, quite frankly, I'm now fearful I'm going to get some kind of weird eye thing because I haven't cleaned my brushes in that long. I'm starting with Just a Taste. Or am I starting with just... I am starting with Just a Taste, and I'm going to use Wicked Woods, which is a swampy light green shade, and that's going to go in the crease area like so. And putting this down immediately is making me think, where is the red going? Where is that red gonna go? That's the thing that's throwing me. Everything else works, but that red, what am I going to do with that red? Nice and pigmented. So I'm almost thinking I'm just going to, I don't know, it might be cheating a little bit, but I think I might almost do the cohesive look with the other 6 shades and then just kind of throw red in there somewhere. I just don't know. Yeah, I've got to give it to these shadows. They are nice. Nice start, and that's Wicked Woods. How are you celebrating Halloween? Do you celebrate Halloween? I don't. I will be home for Halloween, so I suppose that means I should probably ensure that I've got sweets and chocolate in the house in case people knock on my door. Or maybe, technically I think they only knock on your door if you've got a pumpkin out, or you indicate. So maybe I won't, or I'll just switch the lights off and I can sit in the dark. Maybe if no one thinks I'm home, they'll leave me alone. Arrested Decay now, and this is from Ghost Town, and naturally that's going to go in the corner here and through into the crease a bit. Is that a bit bar humbuggy? I mean, bar humbuggy's more Christmas, but I suppose I've got all week to go out and make sure I'm stocked up on some sweeties. in case anyone should knock. And also, what are your favourite Halloween movies? I am very tempted to just re-watch the original Hocus Pocus, because why not? But are there any others? I guess there's Beetlejuice. I don't know if I've ever seen Beetlejuice. Maybe I'll give Beetlejuice a go. And a lot of people have been talking recently about Casper. That's been popping up. I think that was a go-to when a lot of people close to my age were younger, but that was never really a go-to film for me, if I'm honest. And I suppose I could also finish watching Wednesday, but admittedly I watched 1 or 2 episodes and lost interest very, very quickly. From what I hear from other people, I'm not missing very much. The 2 formulas are playing very nicely together, very nicely, because that's always something to consider with a mishmash, which is if the formulas play nicely. Sometimes I do wonder how Nikki does this, because she always comes out with really, really well put together looks, which must be very difficult when it's a Mish Mash Monday and sometimes the shades are just not shades you want to put together. And to be fair, this isn't bad. Take out the red and I'd be flying. I just don't know where that's going to go yet. That's the only thing. Now the shimmers. Now this is where I perhaps have to give it a bit more thought. Now the goldy shade, Mortal Dusk, is also throwing me off a little bit. I don't know if I put that over most of my lid. Right, I think I know what I'm doing. I think so. We're sticking with Ghost Town USA, and I'm going to use Smoky Quartz, and I think that could probably do with a little bit of something just to get it to stick a little bit. I'm going to use my NYX. I mean, I'm not after longevity here. I've just found a big chunk of Moonlit Veil under my nail there. Oopsie. Yeah, so I just want it to have something to stick to, so not after longevity because I'm not going anywhere, but I want to give Smoky Quartz a little bit of help. Smoky Quartz. This is almost more satiny. It's mainly going in the corner there. I'm not sure about this, guys. I'm not sure. See, if it was just these 3 shades, this would be like a really lovely, subtle, light smoky eye. But it's not just these 3 shades, is it? No. I don't know how well Mortal Dusk is going to go with this, but that's what we're putting on next. There's Mortal Dusk, and that's going on the inside here. That's bright. Actually, I think we kind of go. Get a nice blend in the middle there. I think I want to bring Smoky Quartz in more. Oh, actually, focus. Not on my chair, on me. There we go. I don't mind that, you know. I do not mind that at all. Mortal Dusk. So I'm just flitting in between Smoky Dusk. I'm flitting in between Smoky Quartz and Mortal Dusk to kind of get them to blend together on the lid there. Okay, this is working so far. That does stand to reason somewhat, because Mortal Dusk is not overly dissimilar to Copper Penny. In fact, should we swatch them together? So I'd say probably Mortal Dusk might be more intense. That's Mortal Dusk on the top and Copper Penny from Ghost Town on the bottom. I'm going to put some concealer on and then we'll finish off the rest of the eyes. I would say elimination has probably just determined where the other two shades are going to have to go based on the spaces I've got left on my eyelids. Yeah, I think I know what I'm doing. So what have I got left? I've got Bite Me from Just a Taste and Quicksilver. One shimmer, one matte. Okay, the rest of this might be a bit of an experiment. This could go left and it could go right. You never know. I'm going back into Arrested Decay so I can put that on the edge here, and I'll tidy this up to get a better blend, obviously. Okay. Arrested Decay. Well, I don't know what is wrong with me today. Honestly, I'll sort that out, obviously. Just, oh, good grief. Oh. Now we're going into the red. Now we're going into Bite Me. And Bite Me is going to pick up where Arrested Decay has dropped off. And come inside. Okay, let's replicate this on the other side. Bite Me does feel a bit dry. Okay, last but by no means least, we have Quicksilver from Ghost Town, and that's going here, like so. I think that works, especially for a Halloween look. Yeah. Right, I'm going to finish everything off. Mascara, liner, lippy, and I think this is going to look alright. I am finished, and first of all, I've zoomed you right in so you can get a good look up close at the finished look. And here it is. I think it's come together. I think it's alright. I had my doubts, but I think it works. You'll have to let me know what you think though. And this is the full face, complete. I don't know why I said it like that. This is the full face. That's very Ross Geller tone, isn't it? Very Ross Geller. And the products I have used are the Curve Case in Deeper Than Deep, and I've used Red the Room in the corner there because I thought that that would go quite nicely, sort of maybe bring out the red that I've used a bit more. And I've set/topped that with one of the Buttermelt blushes in Butter Than Before, and that's what that looks like. And then sticking with the Buttermelt range, I've used Butter in Bronze as a highlighter, and I've just gone very lightly with that, so heavy on the blush, lighter on the highlighter. That's how I tend to prefer it. The eye combo is, I don't really change this very much. Clinique High Impact Easy Liquid Liner. You'd think I know the name of that by now. Nope. and the Beauty Moon Cosmetics Purple Edition mascara, which is one of my favourite mascaras, if not my favourite mascara. It's up there, it's up there. And then on my lips I have used 89 Fine, what a surprise. And right in the centre there I have used MAC Ruby Woo. You will have to let me know what you think of this finished look. I think it came together. The red, I'm not gonna lie, really threw me off. And then it was Mortal Dusk as I was doing it that threw me off a little bit, but it kind of works. And it is quite a Halloweeny look. And that might be the lip. It's probably the lip. Honestly, Nikki, hats off to you, because I don't know how you do it, especially when you pick palettes that are, you know, not obviously palettes that go together, which, and I said it before, it's not necessarily the idea of Mish Mash Monday to put palettes together that will go together, but I've done all right. I think so, and I'm excited to see what Nikki has done. She's the expert at this. I'm just along for the ride because I thought it would be fun to do. I really like this lip combo. I've done something similar before, but I think I did it with black and it was a bit more sort of stark, but with a really dark brown. It's just, yeah, it's nice. I'm tempted to, should I put some gloss on? I want to see what it looks like with this Cherry Amour Gloss Bomb on. Ooh, the same but juicy. Ooh, I like that. Oh, yes. That was definitely a roller coaster ride. That was probably the very definition of trust the process. And I don't know if I did trust it along the way, but I did get there. I did. Thank you so much to Nikki for doing this Halloween collab with me. I've collabed with Nikki a few times. She is the queen of Mish Mash and I'm just happy to be along for the ride. I love doing this kind of thing because it pushes me out of my comfort zone, can you tell? I think in general, you know, picking two palettes in this way just nudges out your creativity. It kind of forces you to be a bit creative, doesn't it? This has been a lot of fun, absolutely a lot of fun. Go and check out Nikki's channel. She's got some amazing content. I always love it when we can collab and do something together with a Mish Mash Monday. Lots of fun all the time. All the time. Really enjoyed it, especially today. As always, thank you for taking the time to watch. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and I also hope to see you again in a video in a not too distant future. Go check out Nikki's channel. Take care. Bye.